If you don't know who we are and what we do, we are an acting conservatory in Brooklyn, New York. We are training the passionate actor committed to excellence. Some of you have been to our studio, some of you have not. Some of you have heard of Terry. Some of you don't know why you're here, but you are here nonetheless. So we are grateful for that. I am leading this with my colleague, Angelin Bartley, who you may see. I don't know, we're all little squares, but soon there will be big squares too. And I think those are, Angelin, is there anything else I have to say before I introduce that guy?
That guy. Oh, yes. We do want to do a quick entrance poll before we introduce that guy.
Before we introduce that guy, I was going to call him the man of the hour, but he said not to call him that. Before we introduce that guy, there's a poll. Where is that poll, Angelin? How can
I'm gonna launch it. I just launched it.
Oh, cool. And it would be so awesome if you could click one of those. We just want to know who's here. Like, who are you? Are you exploring slash considering acting with no training yet? Have you worked professionally but no formal actor training? Have you trained and taken classes and are just, this should say and are just probably beginning your acting career? Or have you trained slash taken classes? Oh my God, it's all moving. And consider myself a working actor. Can you guys see it live too, or is it just me? Once you click it, maybe it's gone. Well, it looks like the majority so far is have trained slash taken classes and consider myself a working actor. Very cool. I don't know if I should press end
Cool.
poll. That will make it stop.
Yeah, no, let's leave it.
Okay, we'll leave it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. So while we're here, I'm going to introduce the guy in a second. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever comes to your heart, drop it in the chat. We are monitoring that. We will have a time for questions later. And if we don't get to your question, we are collecting questions and we will email you. Hi, Ariana. So we're excited to be doing this. And without further ado, Terry Knickerbocker.
Hi everyone. I'm looking at the Zoom options and they're a lot of fun. Like I could be a fox, um, which is really weird. But I'm not going to do that. It's nice to see you all. Wow, this is just like my whole life is in front of me. I'm looking at people I've known literally for 40 years and not even a day. Wow, holy cow. Ginger, are you in Oklahoma?
Hi, I'm actually in Florida
Oh,
right now,
I
like
like that
today.
too. Ginger, I
Yeah.
met down in Atlanta, and Annie's here, and Mary Page, and Casper, and holy shit. And people just, you're letting them in. Annie McGovern, oh my God. Luke, are you in Australia? You're not talking. Okay, sorry.
No, I'm in LA.
Oh, that's nice. But you sometimes are in Australia. No?
I've been there, but not
Oh,
since
you're
I was
the,
13.
okay. That's
Different Luke, maybe.
a different Luke, but I'm remembering you. We did a master class in LA together, did we? Maybe?
I
Why do I know your name?
I was doing some of the semesters at the beginning of COVID,
Oh yeah,
and
good old
some
days.
other, yeah, yeah.
And holy cow, Elizabeth Moser, my God, that's so nice. Um, don't be hurt if I don't yell your name out. Natalie on, we're gonna work together. Sage Channing, oh, love Channing. Channing's in LA, I think. Yeah, Channing's house that she just bought was in that fire, or just missed the fire. Yes,
Just missed the fire.
just missed
Almost
the fire. So lucky.
almost got us, but didn't.
Yeah, I almost got you. Um, and we go way back. And Ray in Atlanta, Ray, today are you going to give away your recipe, or is that going to be a secret?
It'll be a secret between me and you and the rest of the world.
Ray is a sassy attorney in Atlanta, who I've worked with before a couple times. I'm happy to see you. Okay, so thanks for being here. I could spend all night just reminiscing, but we're here to do some work and to take a poll. And I guess we probably needed an answer that said none of the above or something, because maybe that fits. but it's nice to have you here. Um, we're going to do a little bit of work and we're going to answer some questions and we can have a conversation. And um, my religion, I don't mean like my organized religion, which gets very confusing because my mother was an Orthodox Jew and my father was an Episcopalian. And so, I became a Buddhist kind of. So that part is a different thing. But when I think of like my ethos, my mission, the thing I care about, the thing that gets me up in the morning, besides just life and humanity and my family and nature, is this thing called art and how art holds the mirror up to nature. And the specific branch of art that I love is the storytelling that actors get to do. And we have this kind of crazy time we're living in right now where there is so much content, although the business feels slow. I know it hasn't quite come back in many ways since the strike and since COVID, but it is going to come back. I do believe that. So there's so much content, but a lot of it's really terrible, in my opinion. And I'm clicking out of that. If you don't grab me, meaning the acting, the story, the directing, all of it, I don't have time. And so my mission, my religion is to invite, cajole, coax people to invest in their talent and learn to do this thing really well, which back in the day when some of these old timers here, like Annie McGovern, who's an incredible artist, and Elizabeth Moser, who's an incredible artist and a great teacher as well, and Annie's a teacher, we've known each other for decades. And we studied with the great late William Esper, who was my mentor for many years, who worked with Sandy Meisner and then had his own studio and still exists in New York. And back then, you didn't think twice about training. Like, training was where it was at. You wanted to be in acting class. And that's just not happening as much anymore. And that's not just an opinion, that's a fact. So all these programs have closed. Schools have closed in Philadelphia, in New York City, in MFA programs and BFA programs. And they're closing because less people want to train, because I think we live in this moment that's kind of like an Amazon Prime, Tinder, text message thing, which is like, if I can't get laid fast and get my groceries fast and become an actor fast, I don't want to do it. And that just doesn't work. Like, you just can't become really good at something fast. You cannot become Steph Curry fast. You can't become Justin Bieber fast, right? But somehow people have the idea that they can become actors really fast. And well, if becoming an actor means working, oh yeah, you can work. Netflix will hire you if you have a lot of followers. So if your idea of success is getting a paycheck from SAG, you don't even have to watch this webinar, man, because you should be out there getting followers. But then what kind of body of work are you going to have to show for yourself at the end of your life? And I think that's important. I think that it's important to have a life that you're proud of, a worthy life. And that involves, in some part, the work you do. And the work you do that I hope gives you pleasure and also offers the world something. So when something is good, when a Denzel or Benedict Cumberbatch, or you name the really great actor, gifts us with a performance, and they've been given the gift of great words and great directing and great co-stars, man, it's like butter. It's so good. And I think it's worthwhile, and it takes time. So my religion is, let's train. Let's get really good. Let's invest in our talent. So we're going to do a little work today. I love training actors. I love actors, love working with actors. So I'm really happy that you're all here today. So we're going to get right to it. The structure for today is I've got two brave, wonderful souls, Natalie and David, I think, who are going to do some short monologues. I've never worked on these pieces with these people. I've never even worked on these pieces. So it's going to be all cold, and I'm just going to see if we can make it better together. So I'm going to work with Natalie first, I think. Printed out the on the show. Yeah.
That's right. Natalie's
Yeah.
first.
Thank you, Angeline. I've got coaches here. I'm a coach who needs coaches. And we'll do some work, and then we'll chat about that, and then answer questions or whatever. And then we'll do some more work with David, and then we'll do some more chat, and then we'll eat dinner or whatever. Yeah? Okay, sound good? Yeah? Yes? So does that, if that sounds good, put something in the chat like a thumbs up or uh, just and tell me where you're calling in from in the chat. So I want to get this to be more interactive. So if you're in LA or Copenhagen or upstate New York or Brooklyn, where I am, or wherever, Atlanta, let us know where you are, and we'll get right to it. So Natalie, how you doing?
Hi, Terry.
Great to see you. So
It's so good to
here's
see
what
you.
everyone should do. Everyone should pin Natalie. I think you have the ability to do that by
Mary,
clicking
they don't even need to because we spotlit them, so they are
fucking holy shit. As they say in the movie Boss Baby, which my 3.5-year-old daughter and I watched together about 15 times in the last 2 weeks. We can't even move on to Boss Baby 2, 3, or 4. There's a moment, 13 minutes and 45 seconds into that movie, when the baby, played by Alec Baldwin, is overheard on the phone talking to HQ, and then the kid comes in and he goes, "Fart poop duty!" Oh, fart poop duty. Yeah, thank you. We don't need to spotlight. So that's my daughter's favorite thing to say right now is fart poop duty, I must say. And you can go on YouTube and see that dubbed in like 10 languages if you want some fun, like in Turkish, Italian. That's a fun thing to do. Okay, so turn your cameras off, mute yourselves, please. For now, you can come back later. I am also going to turn my camera off. I might not mute myself because I might chat to Natalie. And Natalie, do you want to tell us, this is a piece from a play. I love this playwright and I love this play, Duncan Macmillan, People, Places, and Things. Do you want to give us any kind of a little setup of who you're talking to and who Emma is and what's happening in the play right now?
Yeah. This is fairly early on in Act One. But Emma is an actress who we see at the beginning, in the middle of a play within a play. She's doing Seagull on stage, and you begin to realize that she is on drugs and alcohol. And the play then evolves into her back in rehab. She's been in and out of rehab. She's an addict. And it's over the course of her journey in rehab. This is kind of one of her first interactions with the character as the doctor, her therapist. She does group therapy. So this is pretty early on. Duncan Macmillan's also just truly one of my favorite playwrights. So this is a new piece for me, but I've been dying to work on it with you, Terry. So I was very excited. But it's
Natalie, by the way, I'm going to the Mets game a week from week from Sunday, yeah, with my family. Natalie's a big Mets fan.
Are you?
Yes, we got tickets. I think they're playing Texas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Excellent.
Total non sequitur. But when I look at you,
Total not no,
I
but it's
think about all kinds of things, including the Mets. Yeah.
well, the Mets are always on my mind, so that's
All right.
yeah.
And I know Natalie because Natalie did the 2-year program and graduated 2 years ago, I think. And is just
Yeah.
so
Right.
hardworking and so passionate and so bubbly, as you can see, and so alive. And she's got a wonderful husband as well who supported her through all her training because he never got to see her for a couple of years. All right,
Yeah.
so let's do it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna turn off my video and then I'll come back and we'll do some work together.
Cool. I find reality pretty difficult. I find the business of getting out of bed and getting on with your day really hard. I find picking up my phone a mammoth fucking struggle. Number in my inbox, friends who don't want to see me anymore. Food photos, porn videos, bombings and beheadings. The moral ambivalence you have to be able to just carry on with your day. I find the knowledge that we're all just atoms and then one day we just stop and become dirt in the ground really overwhelmingly disappointing. And I wish I felt different. I wish I could be like you or my mother, just to think that some things are predetermined or with meaning. Somewhere we're on a track between the start and the finishes, but I can't because I care too much about what's true. What's actually verifiably true. You're able to forfeit rationality for a comfortable untruth. So how are you supposed to help me? You view the world with such a tight filter, you're barely living in it. You're barely alive. Drugs and alcohol have never disappointed me. They've always loved me. There are substances I can take that make the world perfect. That is the only absolute truth. You're trying to take that away from me, so that's why I'm being difficult. So sorry.
Okay, so how did that go?
All right.
Yes. Well, you know, I think it's better to have not done bad acting. So there's nothing you're doing that's bad acting.
Mm-hmm.
And I see a lot of bad acting. This is not bad acting, but I'm not sure it's interesting acting yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it feels a little casual.
Mm.
It doesn't feel, I often ask myself when I look at a scene, or in this case, what we would call a monologue, and I'm going to say something about that in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the event? And it doesn't really feel like there's much of an event. So I have some questions. I
Yeah.
don't want you necessarily to answer them yet, but when I look at this, I ask myself things like, what's the moment? Let's go Mets, says Elizabeth Moser. Like, what's the moment before, which tells me something about like emotional preparation?
Mm-hmm.
What am I starting with in my nervous system? Then I ask myself, who 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 am I talking to? And yeah, we know it's the doctor, but that doesn't really tell me anything.
Right.
And all relationality, everything that happens, and you've heard me say this before, between people, places, objects, and events. Interesting that this is people, places, and things. That's three of the four things that an actor needs to have an emotional relationship with, is like, what does this person mean to you? And it usually has to boil down to either like them or you don't like them. And at this moment, what do you think? Do you like this person or not like this person?
Don't like this
I
person.
don't think you like this person
Wow.
because they're different, because
Mm-hmm.
they don't struggle with what you struggle with, and because they want you to stop using the one thing that you find reliable.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, they're the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not clear.
Mm-hmm.
So the relationship's not clear. You're starting out, as I say, it feels a little casual, and it doesn't really feel like you're trying to achieve anything, or to use some sort of
Mm.
normal Stanislavski terminology, what's your objective? Which is different for me than what you're doing. What we do is the actions in the speech that help us achieve the objective. So this, speaking of baseball, this may seem like all a bunch of inside baseball, but this is useful to know. Now, I said I'd say something about a monologue, and then we're going to do it again, sort of stop and start, and I'll maybe coach you a little bit. One of the amazing, and there were so many revelations, and folks, if anything I'm saying is resonating with you, or you say, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I really want to hear from you, because otherwise I'm just talking to a blank screen and in Brooklyn, and I'm going to get lonely. So, even though I'm talking to Natalie, if something I'm saying feels good, or you go, what the hell are you talking about? Or fart poop duty, or whatever it is, let me know in the chat. That'll let me know that I'm not alone, because I get lonely. One of the great revelations from Bill was that there's no such thing as a monologue, that it's a dialogue where the other person doesn't have any text. So you're always talking to someone. Acting implies two. And then people go, what do you mean? What about a one-person show? But you're still going to be talking to someone. Or, wait a minute, what do you mean? What about a Shakespeare soliloquy? There's no one else on stage. Or, Lily Tomlin's one-woman show. Well, let's take To Be or Not to Be. Who is Hamlet speaking to? He's got to be speaking to somebody. Now, maybe he's speaking to the ghost of his father. Maybe he's speaking to the audience who he's endowed as being, I don't know what, allies or strangers. Maybe he's speaking to God. Maybe he's speaking to himself. We talk to ourselves. Come on, Knickerbocker, get your head in the game. You got 76 people watching you, right? So with that in mind, I'm wondering if we can get someone for you to talk to. And we got 76 people here. So Mary Page, are you still here?
Here.
Are you willing to be someone that Natalie can pin and be this doctor? Are you willing to do that?
I'm totally willing.
Great. All right. So we're going to endow Mary Page as the doctor, right?
Fantastic.
You don't have to do anything, Mary Page, except just be in the circumstance and know that you are dealing with a very difficult patient who, one of the hardest things in addiction is relapse, right? It's what Freud would call a repetition compulsion. And they have to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And it's the hardest thing to get people to stop. And so you've got someone who's a very tough case. So now, what do you think you're trying to get the doctor, what do you want to accomplish here?
I want to accomplish the fact that I don't need this doctor,
Right,
that I don't have a problem.
right. Well, how about just like kind of like leave me alone?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I think the last line in the piece gives me a clue as to where we start. You say, I'm being difficult because you want to take it away from me.
From me. Yeah.
So even though I don't know what the actual cue in the play is, what if the cue we pretended was, why are you being so difficult?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know why I'm being so difficult? Let me tell you, fuckface.
Yeah. Justifying my
Justifying why I'm on
why.
drugs, why I need drugs, why drugs are much better than humans or life or anything else, so you can fuck off and die,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe, so you don't like him, maybe you're a little annoyed at him, and maybe you're scared because you are locked up here. You cannot leave. You can't just walk out. And it's going to be hard for you to get drugs. There's some people who have them here and they sneak it in, but at a certain point, this is not as easy as being on the street. So it's a little bit scary because the drug in question, I think, is heroin. Is that right?
Yeah. And I mean, she's done she's done all of it.
But heroin has some physical as well as
Right.
emotional and psychological. Like your body, when it starts to withdraw, freaks the fuck out, right?
Right. Right.
So let's just assume that things aren't so calm right now on the ranch, all right? We're in a bit of a troubled time. And also that the character, I'm not seeing much character, I'm seeing Natalie.
Okay.
The character's a bit rebellious, a bit
Mhm.
sassy, a bit, rebel without a cause. James Dean, fuck off, girl interrupted.
Mhm.
So don't be afraid to, sometimes you're a very well-behaved young lady, Natalie, and you don't have to be so well-behaved, all right? So that's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, but let's see how it goes. And I'm going to turn my camera off, but I might chat with you as we're doing it, just as sort of side coach. Yeah, sound good?
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Whenever you're ready. Look at that doctor in their nice living room.
You okay, Natalie? Technical difficulties? It's okay. We got this. We'll figure it out.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, I just can't see Mary Page.
Can
That's
you
why.
pin, can you
Okay,
pin
here.
her?
Let me
I can add her as a spotlight. Now you should see her.
Amazing.
You see her now?
I see you.
Okay, I'm gonna go away.
Natalie, turn your camera off. Not turn it off, but hide self-view.
That would be fantastic.
But do you need my audio can be off, right? Do you need,
Yeah,
I'm worried about my dog.
turn your audio off, although your dog would be fun.
Okay, if she appears.
Okay.
Natalie, to do that, you go to the top. You're on a phone, I know, but you go in the
Yeah.
top corner and there's a show or hide self view button. But do you see Mary Page now?
Now I do. Yeah.
No, why mine is not coming on?
Oh,
Sorry about that. Who? What?
oh, I think someone accidentally was unmuted.
Okay. All right.
Drop any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, revelations in the chat.
Okay. When you're ready.
I find reality pretty difficult. I find the business of getting out of bed and getting on with the day really hard.
So just for fun, just say like, well, why don't you just fuck off?
Why don't you just fuck off?
And by the way, whatever.
And by the way, whatever.
And now start.
I find reality pretty difficult.
What do you find difficult?
I find reality pretty difficult.
Yeah, that's why you have drugs.
I find reality pretty difficult. I find the business of getting out of bed and getting on with the day really hard.
Yeah, it's easy for him, but not for you.
I find the business of getting out of bed, getting on with the day really hard.
You want to know how hard things are? Keep going.
I find picking up my phone to be a mammoth fucking struggle. Numbers in my inbox, friends who won't see me anymore, food photos, porn videos, bombings and beheadings, the moral ambivalence you have to be able to carry on with your day.
Because you do need moral ambivalence with all that shit coming in trying to get your attention.
The moral ambivalence you have to be able to carry on with your day. I find the knowledge that we're all just atoms and one day we'll just stop and become dirt in the ground really overwhelmingly disappointing.
Because what's the point?
What's the point? And I wish I felt different. I wish I could be you or my mother.
Be a little more sarcastic. It would be so cool to be like you, man.
I wish I could be you or my mother. To feel that some things are predetermined or with meaning. That we're all on a track between start and finish lines. But you know what? I can't because I care too much about truth. What's factually, verifiably true. You're able to forfeit what is rational for your comfortable untruth.
They have a privilege that you don't have.
You're able to forfeit what's rational for your comfortable untruth. So how the fuck are you supposed to help me? You view the world as such a tight filter. You're barely living in it. You're barely alive.
Put him down. Insult him. He's a maggot.
You view the world in such a tight filter, you're barely living in it. You're barely alive.
What do you mean by barely? A crumb.
You're barely living in it. You're barely alive.
It's on life support.
You're barely alive.
On the other hand,
Drugs and alcohol have never let me down.
you're a lousy boyfriend. I like my vibrator.
Drugs and alcohol have never let me down. They've always loved me. There are substances I can take that can make the world perfect.
Paint a picture of miraculous things. Check this out, man.
There are substances that I can take that can make the world perfect. And that's the absolute truth. I'm being difficult because you're trying to take that away from me.
So, to sum things up,
I'm being difficult because you want to take that away from me.
blame him for that.
I'm being difficult because you want to take that away from me.
It's your fault.
So sorry.
Oops.
So sorry.
Okay. So, thank you, and thank you, Mary Page.
Thank you, Mary Page. I love you.
How's that going? Is anything
Yeah.
happening? I'm not saying, by the way, people, that this is like ready for prime time, that we're ready to shoot, that we're ready to open on Broadway. This to me is like just an exploration with a wonderful actor and some rehearsing to see if we can make it more specific,
Mm-hmm.
make it more interesting to you, make it start to have a bit of a shape.
Mm-hmm.
I see all, oh, look at these clapping and hearts and the magic of fucking technology. Yeah. So put in the chat what you're seeing, and but Natalie, tell me what you received, and Mary Page, you can come back, don't have to disappear. Tell me if you received anything there, but because you were watching the first time and then you had a different role, but like what, tell me, give me some feedback here, and then we'll have some questions, and Angelin, keep me on track with time and all that.
I can't see myself, but can you guys see me?
We can see you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it felt very specific. It felt, I felt like I wanted to say things, which I feel like is nice because, I feel like you were really trying to get something out of me or have something land on me. Yeah, I think it had more shape. It felt more alive generally. I mean, that's a general thing to say, but it felt more alive, more specific. Yeah, and it felt like you were, sorry. It felt like you were, yeah, you wanted something to land on me that was specific.
Mm. I think if I can summarize the difference that I felt between the two, and this is something that I feel like I commonly struggled with before doing the program, is that you read a scene, you read a play, you get in your mind this idea, and it really takes time to really dig deeper, and you have to be able to do that in order to come up with the specifics, because I think it's so easy just to take something at like two-dimensional into really three-dimensional lived out behavior. But I think in the beginning, I feel like I was just going along with the idea of she wants to cover or put a wall up and not let this person affect her. But then that also doesn't make things interesting to watch, because even though someone might be doing that, there's still behavior going on.
And
So
you
then
gotta have,
having,
and you gotta have something to cover
right, yes.
so that it's difficult to have a wall up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Part of what this piece intrigues me about is, Terry will be the first to say, I am someone who very much wears my heart on my sleeve. When he first met me, I was crying. There's reasons for that. but this character really,
That's why I have tissues in my office for
and I
people
used
that
them,
did.
and they were happy tears. They were not sad tears. But that's another time. I don't want to take up a lot of time. But this character for me, what I am drawn to is the beginning and then the arc and then where she ends up, and how, as Natalie, what that would feel like to put that on is kind of what I've been wanting to explore, of someone that maybe doesn't always wear her heart on her sleeve, but actually keeps things really close to her chest. Now there might be a layer of that, but there's more layers to it. And so this was really fun, I feel like, with your coaching and then having someone to work off of. I admit in the beginning, the first time I did it, I didn't know how to hide myself. So I was looking at like the wall in my camera because I was like, I don't want to look at myself.
That's like self-tape shit too.
Yeah, exactly. I hate it. I hate it.
Here's what we have to do.
Yeah. But it just was so helpful just to be reminded that how the actions and what I want, it's actually really simple. It's actually really not complicated. Those simple questions that you asked, like going back to that in order to bring out kind of the map of where you want the piece to go, I guess.
Yeah. And I would just say, and some of this comes from what I came to learn about you. I think this is an excellent piece for you to work on, or even, figure out how to do the play, because you tend to be very nice. You do wear your heart on your sleeve.
But I'm also too polite.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
you're a lovely person and you're a good person. And by the way, you can be a good person and be a badass actor. But I think we have to look at what makes someone turn into a heroin addict. Heroin is a painkiller. So you have to have massive, I mean, look at all the people, including people like Amy Winehouse and Janis Joplin, and, the tragedies of people who have gotten, and, so many jazz musicians, Billie Holiday, just like having this incredible well of unimaginable pain and heartbreak and rage and probably abuse and trauma in their life that the drug was medicating. And so I think there's some sourcing to do, to go to some very dark places, or what Carl Jung would call the shadow, and to not be avoiding that, and not to be afraid to go there, so that it can get a lot more raw and savage. It's a little bit, you're coloring within the lines right now. So I think that's a wonderful opportunity for you to take this further, that we can't really solve today, but that to me would be next steps.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're gonna take a pause now. Thank you for being a wonderful volunteer. And Marina and Angela, what are we doing? Are we having a few questions or conversations, or what people saw? There were some technical things I was doing there that I'm happy to answer about, but that's a little bit of something. And I really want to, yes, thank you. Let's all applaud Natalie and Mary Page for being so brave and generous to come on in and do the work. That's just really great. You can unmute yourselves and applaud if you
Oh
want.
gosh. Might be a little crazy.
No,
We
no,
could-
no, we do that. It's a nice thing to do. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Amazing.
And Nicholas, are you still here, Nicholas?
I am.
Did we do this shit together during COVID and online? Is that how we work together?
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
that's how, this is what we used to do, and now we do
Yeah.
it in person, but it's kind of nice. It's weird to go back to that. I prefer in person, but you can do a lot online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So feel free to put your camera back on if you'd like. We're going to take a few minutes for some questions. So if you have a question, drop it in the chat. And oh, you already got one, Terry. Can you see the questions, or you want
How
me
do
to
we,
ask?
yeah, you asked me, is that the one that says Sarah Christensen, how do we
Yep.
juggle?
The good acting.
Good acting with making different choices, getting more into character. How do we stay tethered to what's real? Sarah, can you unmute yourself and just like talk to me? Because I'm not sure what you're. Thank you for typing all that
Hi,
out. Yeah,
hi, that's me.
where are you? I want to see you. Can you spotlight her, Marina, so I can see her?
I don't see
Because
her.
I just have like a row of people at the top. Let me remove the pin.
Sarah, is your camera on?
It is.
Oh, there you are. I don't usually Zoom like puts the people who are talking in the front, but I guess they want to make things hard.
Oh, there you are. Okay, hi. Have we met? Do we
Hi.
know each other?
Yes, I did the online intensive back in 2020
God
during
bless
COVID, the
you.
summer
Oh,
intensive.
oh, that was amazing. All right. So tell me, where are you right now?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's nice. Me too. What part?
I'm in Prospect Leopards
That's a
Gardens,
very nice neighborhood.
Flatbush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love
Okay.
it.
So tell me your question. Help me understand the question.
So I'm trying to understand as you're working on a piece and exploring a piece, like making sure that you're keeping the quote unquote good acting. Um, like you mentioned in Natalie's first run, like it was all considered very, like good acting.
Right.
But that maybe we could explore, ways to make it more interesting. And I guess I'm just trying to figure out how do you stay tethered to the good acting, but also, you know, getting more into the character or making different
Right.
choices
Yeah.
and not feeling too big, I guess.
Okay. So I'm going to contradict myself a little bit here. One time, how I got into teaching was I was an actor, um, and then I had an opportunity to direct a play that one of my heroes and good friends, Anne Bogart, was supposed to direct. She runs the directing program at Columbia. And then she got another job and proposed me as the director. And it was terrifying, but then I like fell in love with directing. I was like, oh, I actually like this even more than acting because I like to be in charge and I always had opinions about like lights and costumes and stuff like that. And then I quickly discovered that to be a stage director, unless you have a musical running on Broadway like Wicked or Lion King, you can't make a living. And so I asked a very good director how he made a living. He said, well, you can either work at a theater, like on staff, like at the public theater or something like that if they need someone, or you can direct soap operas, which there used to be a bunch of soap operas that were in New York. I'm getting to your question. It's just a roundabout way to get to that. Or you can teach. So I explored getting a job because that seemed like a good thing to do. Plus, I get health insurance, but nobody in New York needed anyone, and I wanted to stay in New York. So then the next thing was soap operas, and my friend David, who is this director who told me about it, who actually now directs a lot of TV, but he's a wonderful stage director. Got me a connection with the soap opera called The Guiding Light, and you could shadow there, and then you'd become a director and join the union. So I spent a day, like I got there at 6 in the morning and left at 7 at night. And I heard at one point, because I mean, being a soap opera director, and God bless them, they do a lot of work, but it's a lot more like being a traffic cop, because you're going to shoot like 40 scenes in a day, you know, and it's just like camera one, camera three, and and so they had an outdoor scene in this sound stage. Wasn't really outdoors. They just had like trees and lights and crickets and all that. And there was a 17-year-old actor who'd been who's in the show, who's a series regular, and the work was just so bad. It was like nails on a chalkboard. It was just it was just so horrifying to me that I was there like I can't be around that. So that's like, and why? Well, Meisner defines acting as doing truthfully under imaginary circumstances. So, and then Shakespeare says that we hold the mirror up to nature, which suggests a truthful mirror. So, a hallmark of good acting is it truthful? Meaning, is it believable and is it authentic? So that's what I was talking about, for instance, with heroin. right? Now, however, we can't worry as we're making something about whether it's good yet, because we're in the dojo, we're in the lab, we're not presenting it yet. So sometimes, some of you may know that I work a lot with a wonderful actor and a great friend named Sam Rockwell. We've been working together for over 30 years. And Sam and I, we've done, I don't know, 125 movies and a bunch of plays and stuff like that, will say to me, I'm about to do some bad acting, right? As part of our rehearsal process, so that he doesn't feel constrained to have it be perfect. And then he might push, he might indicate, he might do bad drunk work, right? So that he can sort of lend his nervous system and his body to the thing, knowing that, because he's a supremely truthful actor, he's allergic to bullshit. But sometimes we put a little bullshit in there just to kind of get up on the dance floor. So, what your question prompts in me is don't stress about is it good yet? Just make some behavior. I'm thinking about that show, The Bear,
Yeah.
and I don't know what in the second or the third season there was a whole series of shots of them like trying out recipes for the fancy restaurant. So you try something out. I don't know, let's make steak with like raspberry sauce. And like, is it going to be good with peanut butter? And like, ugh, it's gross, but you gotta try it. You know, you gotta get some paint on the canvas. So I think it's more important to like just try stuff, explore, be free, let it be bad, and have taste. So that ultimately you can go, okay, well, that's kind of the idea, but it's not truthful yet. So how do I start to make it truthful? And that involves both an awareness of the world, like what does heroin addiction look like? I'd want to do some research on that. I don't think you actually have to start shooting heroin to be a heroin addict, right? As an actor. And then where can I find my own connection to that? Because you can't really act what you don't understand, right? So I think it involves rehearsal and taking time, which is something that the business doesn't give us a lot of, but which means sometimes going back to Sam, he will say no to a project if he doesn't think he has enough time to do it well. He was offered a lot of money to do a project many years ago, a lot of money to replace someone who had to drop out, but it involved horseback riding, and he was going to be the lead, and they said, and we start shooting in 2.5 weeks. He just said, guys, I can't do it because I'm not going to be good, you know. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I think you need a spirit of freedom and play and exploration and check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
It's the like emotional preparation part is
Yeah,
kind of
but be willing to do some bad work.
yeah. Yeah.
Man, I mean, I make mistakes every goddamn day. I was talking to Luke Stanaway saying, aren't you from Australia? The guy's not from Australia. That's someone else. Um, so be willing to be bad on the way to getting good. It's a process. Freedom and play, yes, Jerome. Would I kindly address stillness? Well, it all starts, the Meisner technique starts with listening. That's kind of a neat thing about it, that the very first thing that we do, and it's kind of like that thing that you see at a classical music concert or even sometimes in a Broadway show, or like the audience becomes quiet and the conductor kind of makes sure he has the attention of the orchestra, and then we begin. And so I think it all starts from silence. And, to get poetic, life starts ultimately in silence and then returns to silence. And so silence and stillness to me are related to each other. And I think it's good to start from scratch, to start from zero, and then, like a blank canvas, see what we're going to put on the canvas, which ultimately is behavior. That's what they hire us for. We're hired not for our theories, but from what we actually do between action and cut, or when the lights go on and when the lights go out. So we do have to put something there, right? The great Peter Brook, who was one of my heroes, late British director, visionary, in his first book, The Empty Space, said that the stage is a place where anything can happen. That's the magic of imagination. And something must happen. Like if I'm going to say, audience, look at me, camera, look at me, I better have something to put there. But it starts from nothing. And then it's like, well, what are we going to do? You know, what are we going to put there? And that's kind of, so I don't know if that's helping you with, or Anna Marie Strickland with your question about stillness, but that's my association with it.
And Terry, we're gonna move to the next monologue and we'll
Great.
take questions at the end.
Sounds great. Okay, so this is someone I don't think I've met, and if you wouldn't mind, and thank you for these questions, and we'll do more of this in the future.
Trying to find
uh,
Dave.
David.
I'm here. Just last name Guinaga, not Gonzalez. I have two
Oh,
last names. Sorry.
Tell me both your last names.
I'm David Gonzalez Guinaga.
Okay, I like it. Where are you from?
I'm from Miami. Terry, I worked with you in the summer 2017 or 18, a long time ago.
Before COVID, when we were
Before COVID. I did a summer with you, yeah.
And we're still talking? This is great.
You're my favorite, man.
Why?
You're my guy.
What I got? Well, you know, my mother just died, but like I so often say to my students, wait, I got to tell my mother. But so she's up there somewhere. She lived.
She's listening.
Yeah. Why do you love me?
I mean, I had a great experience. Sam Rockwell is one of my favorite actors, and he brought me to you, and I don't know, I had a great time working with you. You were just so honest with us. You brought out so much. I remember coming out of that summer experience, I felt so like raw and most like in touch with my body, and I just felt so good that I just kept, in touch with like your email subscription service and all your interviews that you've done on your podcast and stuff like that. So
that's great. See, Mom,
yeah,
it's all working out. Well, thank you for being part of this. This is from something called Water by the Spoonful. And character is Elliot. Give us the setup a little bit here.
Yeah. This is the first scene in the play.
This is a play. Who wrote this play?
Alegria Chiara. This is a Pulitzer, 2012. It won the Pulitzer.
Yeah.
There's not that many Latino plays with like Latino leads, so and I've done a lot of the other ones, like Motherfucker with the Hat, and so I hadn't worked on this play yet, and so this is the first scene in the play. I'm a Iraqi war vet. I had my leg. It doesn't say in the play exactly what happened, but my leg got hurt and I was honorably discharged. And this is my foray back into the normal world.
And who are you speaking to? And where are you?
We're at a restaurant. I'm with my cousin, Yasmin. She's a little bit older than me, and I work at a hoagie shop. This takes place in Philadelphia, but I'm also an actor. The character's an actor, and
you're an actor and an Iraqi war vet.
Yeah, I score the occasional acting modeling gig, according to the play.
Yes.
She told me she met this producer who wants to talk to me about being in one of his projects, about the Iraqi war.
Your cousin did.
My cousin hooked me up with this producer. Yeah, if you see him.
And who is the she that you're talking about?
My cousin?
No, it says the doc said she can't be eating all that junk.
Oh, my mom.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, my mom.
Okay. And she's your first cousin?
Yes.
So her mother or father is related to your mother?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, we already sort of revealed the magic trick before that there's no such thing as a monologue. Would it help you to have a Yasmin to speak to?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? So is there someone, I see Roxy, are you willing to be a Yasmin?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all
That's
right.
okay.
So you should pin Roxy
Mm-hmm.
and then turn
I
off
see.
self view. And everyone else, if you could please turn off your cameras and mute yourselves, and I'm going to do the same. And is there anything you want to tell Roxy? Roxy just graduated, and then her daughter did our high school program, which is like when we have two generations, that's even better.
Mm.
Anything you want to tell Roxy about the relationship between the two of you? Just so she can kind of understand what she's living.
Yeah. Um, y- After coming back from the war, Yasmin is like the one person that is competent in my world, that I know I can rely on, and that has a relationship with my mom, and that I know that my mom will listen to her.
You're
So,
telling me how you feel about her. How does she feel about you?
how does Yasmin feel about
Yes,
me?
yes, yes, yes.
Uh, I feel like she maybe thinks I'm a little naive,
Yeah.
but she still loves me.
Does she think she's smarter than you?
Oh yeah, for
That's what I
sure,
thought. That's what I thought.
for sure,
Right. And she's
thousand
more
percent.
and more down to earth.
She's got her shit together more, and I
Yes.
know it, and she knows it.
Great. Okay. All right.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Great. So, same format. We'll let you do it, and then
Okay.
I'll come back and we'll see how that went and if we can make it more specific.
Here, I'm about to do some bad acting.
Well done. See, that's the disclaimer. And then it's all, then it's going to be cool.
All right. Um. Yeah. No. The doc said that she can't be eating all that junk because it'll mess with her chemo. So the other day, she gets out of bed. She crawls out of bed for the first time in days, and she makes eggs for breakfast in 2 inches of pork chop fat. And I'm like, Mom, recycle glass and plastic, not grease. She thinks that putting an egg on a paper towel after you cook it makes it healthy. I mean, I'm like, anyways, she has to have it her way. She's like, I'm sorry, can I do that again? Fuck that one up.
Talk about egg whites and Pam.
Yes.
So
And
go
I
back.
told her, Mom,
Yeah.
you gotta cook egg whites in Pam spray. But she has to have it her way. She's like, this is how we ate in Puerto Rico, and we all turned out just fine. You gotta talk to her. I tried telling her, I'm trying to teach her about quinoa and broccoli rabe, healthy shit. So I came home from work the other day and she made quinoa, but with bacon. And she's like, it's healthy. I gave the eggs to the dogs when she went to the doctor.
Great. Okay. So how did that go? What do you think needs to happen to make it better?
It went horribly.
No, you're being too rough on yourself. It did not go horribly. It's not terrible. It
Yeah.
it needs a shape and it needs some more specificity and I'd say some flavor, but I don't think it went horribly. That's not helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I just wish I would have remembered the line. I don't know why I
There's
blanked.
not an actor alive who hasn't forgotten a line. And you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
One time, I have to tell fucking stories. So I went to see Our Town on Broadway with Eric, the great Thornton Wilder play, with Eric Stoltz, a wonderful actor. And one of the great roles in that play is the part of the stage manager. And sometimes they have celebrities who play it. And in fact, they had this old character actor named Don Amici. And if anyone knows who Don Amici is, give me some kind of a signal, right? You've seen him in like movies from the 30s and 40s. So he was in his eight. I knew Annie McGovern. I look at these old people, but I knew I'm thinking about you, Annie McGovern, so I went to see it. Don Amici is playing the stage manager, and he's in his 80s, and the audience is full of celebrities. Like somehow this is a big night. It's Saturday night, and it's just like all these stars are there. Not to see Don Amici so much, but to see Eric Stoltz and whoever was playing Emily, who I can't remember, but was also famous. And someone, he's there, and the lights are on him, and he's got a monologue, and he starts to go, and from the wings, the stage manager is prompting him. He goes, "The moon was low." He goes, what was that?
No way.
The moon was low. Say it again. The moon was low. I mean, this is so loud that like it's an actor's nightmare. And he goes, no, that's not it. The moon was low. Bring me the book. What? Bring me the book. And so the stage manager with like a headset on comes out with the script on stage in front of everyone, points out the line, and he says, "Well, I don't know why that's the line." The moon was low. And it carried on from there. So there's not an actor alive. Yes.
Jesus.
Who hasn't forgotten the line. So it doesn't matter, man.
All right. Yeah, I got
You
you.
make it work. That's not the point.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Mary Page has been on Broadway. You forget lines. That's the magic of theater, man.
Yes, you definitely do.
Yeah. So besides that, what's going to make this better? Don't worry about the lines. We'll solve that.
Yeah, I kind of went bigger than maybe was
You keep
needed, I guess.
you keep telling me your problems. This is not a hospital. I want to know what's going to make this better.
It's gonna make this
Because
better.
isn't it true? Different cultures have, and this is a bit of a stereotype, but different cultures have different flavors, right? Like Casper's from Copenhagen, Denmark. I find, to be super general, that people in Scandinavia are a little bit more contained than, I don't know, people in Dominican Republic, right? Somehow maybe hotter countries with more spice, and more swing in the music, just is different, right?
I am Cuban. Yeah, I'm Cuban.
So why not be fucking Cuban? Like this has flavor. You're going, oh my God, Mom.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's how I talk to my grandma.
Yeah. So I think you have to be willing to have some size. Speaking of plays with Latino, I'm working right now on John Leguizamo's new play, coaching the guy who's playing his son, who's wonderful, who studied with you, Elizabeth Moser, and loves you.
Yes.
Yes, his dad is directing that play.
Yes.
Yes.
Get to see it.
Yeah. And he's going to be great. They already did it at Arena Stage, and now they're going to do it at the public, and it's going to be in previews. And that is, Leguizamo is not afraid to be spicy, right? That's just what's happening. So I think this needs some spice. There's not enough sofrito in this, I gotta say. But it's also not clear that you love your mom and you have a problem and you need your sister, it seems to me. Could you help me out here? We gotta team up here because my mom is dying. She's got this shit. It's not just, look, you like this kind of food too, but it's gonna mess with her chemo. And part of the reason maybe she has cancer is because she doesn't take care of herself. I don't know what the fuck quinoa is. I'm Puerto Rican. What do I know about quinoa? Fucking broccoli rabe, whatever the fuck it is. But if that's what it takes, let's get it to go. Come on. And sister, cousin, can you help me, please? This is about, I need help.
Yeah.
I need help because she won't listen to me. She's going to listen to you. So it needs some passion. And it needs some fuego. Yeah?
Yeah.
So can we try it again? And would you say that Roxy's point of view, even though she's, smarter than you, according to you, is that it's not a big deal. So you have to convince her. Like, what's the big deal? Let the lady enjoy her eggs.
Yeah.
Yes? So
Yeah.
that's your point of view. What are you making a mountain out of a molehill for? We're talking about Greece. What's the big deal? She's not a heroin addict like Natalie on, right? So you're
Actually, she was in the play. The mom is recovering heroin addict.
but that's not the problem right now.
That's not the problem.
Right now is she's past that right now. She's recovering, but she's got cancer. And I want her to live because I love my mom.
I love my mom, yeah.
Okay, so can you fucking help me, please? Okay.
Yeah.
So start again.
All right.
So, Roxy, just to give him a cue, yes, to be clear, Natalie On is not a heroin addict. Her character is. At least that's the word on the street.
Yeah.
Can you give her a cue that says, come on, what's the big deal? You say that, Roxy.
Cool. When's my cue?
Say it.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Say it's not a big. Say it's not a big deal.
It's not what?
Roxy, say it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
No. You want me to start? Tell you something.
Yes.
Sorry.
Is it a big deal or not?
No, it's not a big deal.
Yes, it's a big deal. Okay, the doctor said.
Who?
The docs.
Those are like priests. Those are experts. It's not
the docs.
Yes.
The docs said that she can't be eating all that junk. She can't be eating all that junk.
Why?
It'll mess with her chemo.
Yeah.
So she crawls out of bed for the first time in days.
That means she's been immobile for days.
Yeah. She literally has not moved for days. And she gets out of bed to cook eggs for breakfast.
What should she be eating?
She should be eating spinach in her eggs, egg whites,
oatmeal.
Healthy shit.
Right.
Yeah, fucking healthy shit. And you know what she does? She fucking cooks the eggs in 2 inches of fucking pork chop fat. That's not funny. Okay? Look, I'm like, Mom, recycle paper, recycle plastic, but not grease. It's gonna kill you.
They wake the fuck up.
Listen.
Say it.
Wake the fuck up.
I love you. I'm not gonna let you kill yourself.
Look, wake the fuck up. I love you, and I'm not gonna let you kill yourself.
Recycle. Okay? Go back to that line about recycling.
Mom, recycle paper and plastic, not grease. I love you. Fuck. Look, she thinks that if you put an egg on top of paper towel after you cook it, she thinks that makes it healthy.
Can you make that more absurd? She's got an insane idea.
Listen, she's got this insane idea, Roxy, that if you put an egg on top of a paper towel after you cook it, that somehow that makes it healthy.
Magic. It's like magic.
It's insane. It's crazy.
So what did you do?
So I told her, Mom, you need to cook egg whites. Okay? And use Pam spray.
Pam is magical. Pam is equal to health.
It will save you. It is literally the Bible of cooking oils. Listen.
Well, the only reason you need Pam is so the shit doesn't stick to the pan. You don't need the grease. It just is keeping it from sticking. That's
Mom,
all you need.
the Pam, you don't need the paper towel. The Pam does that for you. You don't, it lets it not stick, Mom. So
Check it out. These
please, you
days,
need to use
people,
it.
you know what? You can get a cell phone and then you can call me. That's how things work. Egg whites, Pam, welcome to the 21st century, Mom.
Mom, I need you to get a cell phone. There's something called Google. If you need to learn how to use it, I will teach you. Please. It's just so easy. There's so many things available to you.
Don't kill yourself, Mom.
Don't kill yourself, Mom, please.
I don't want to go to your funeral next week.
Mom, I do not need. We lost Dad already. I don't need you to go. I don't need to go to your funeral.
Don't make it an inconvenience. Mom,
Don't.
I love you. Please don't die. Would you please start taking care of yourself, please?
Mom.
I'm not ready for you to go.
Mom, please. I'm not ready for you to go.
Do this for me.
Do this for me, Mom.
You gotta cook egg whites.
Mom, use the fucking egg whites, please.
And how do you cook them?
Use the fucking Pam spray, Mom, please. Please, I love you too much. Just use the Pam spray.
And what
Okay?
happened? And what happened? Has to be her
But
way.
then
Has to be her way.
had to be her way.
You know my mom.
Listen, Roxy, you know my mom. Of course, she had to do it the way that she wanted to do it. You know what she said? She was like, "This is how we used to do it in Puerto Rico." You know her voice, the one that she does? She's like, "We have to do it in Puerto Rico. This is how we ate there. And everything is just fine."
Why are you doing this to me? This is how it is.
This is how she responded, Roxy. Everything is just fine. She thinks everything is just fucking fine. It's not fucking fine. She's doing chemo. She has cancer. She's on fucking chemo. And it's not fine. The paper towel's not gonna fucking save her life. The Pam spray and doing what I tell her to do will, and she's not fucking listening.
I don't know what to do. I need your help.
You gotta help me out. I need your help. She's not listening to me. Look,
You got to talk to her.
You gotta talk to her, please. Look, I'm trying to like teach her about shit like fucking quinoa and fucking broccoli rabe, like white people shit. I don't know. I just don't know what to do anymore. And I come home the other day from work. Of course, she did half of what I told her to do. She made fucking quinoa. But you know what she fucking put in it? Fucking bacon. Fucking, out of all the things she could have fucking put in it, the one thing I told her not to do is more grease. She put fucking bacon in it, Roxy. I don't know what to do.
Well, she said it was healthy.
Yeah, she said it was healthy, but I don't know what to do anymore. I gave the eggs to the dogs after she went to the bathroom.
Still didn't solve much.
It didn't do shit.
Okay, great. So let's talk about this. You're very willing. I'm throwing you a lot of curveballs. Thank you, Roxy.
Yeah, thank you, Rocky. All those eye rolls were really helpful. Thank you.
What I think right now is it's a little superficial in you.
Yeah.
One of the things that Meisner said in the second year work, we didn't do this in the summer that we were working together, is he said that there are two ways to wed yourself to a part, to get married to it in a way. One is to make the character's meanings your meanings, to forge an empathetic connection, putting yourself in their shoes, to the character so that when they're cut, you bleed.
Mm.
It has everything to do with meanings. And the second way is to do what the character does, which has to do with action. And Meisner has a tool for this. You know, what is acting technique in a way? Like there are people, there are parts and actors that they don't have to do anything with. Like they read it and off the page, it's like, I get this. Which is why, for instance, some child actors do extraordinary work, right? Um, like the kid who played Elliot in E.T. You listen to Henry Thomas. You listen to his audition for it is on YouTube, and he comes in and he gets the part. Or that
Yeah.
incredible African American actress in Beasts of the Southern Wild, which if you haven't seen it is a wonderful indie film. And they had this like worldwide search for her, and they found her down in Louisiana, and she's just extraordinary. Or Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense. These people, these young people, didn't really have acting technique, but they were born to play those parts.
Mm.
Lee Strasberg said that acting technique is like aspirin. You have it in your medicine cabinet, and you take it when you have a headache. So the whole purpose of acting training is to give you something to fall back on when the part doesn't just magically happen for you. We could say when the acting gods don't smile on you, right? So this idea of there are going to be parts that you don't need to go to acting school for.
Mm.
You know, a lot of actors, including yours truly, started acting before, like in grade school, I ever went to an acting class. And some of my work was okay as a kid. And some of it, I sort of figured, oh shit, I better learn how to do this so I can do it reliably.
Yeah.
So what's missing right now for me, and I hope what I'm saying makes sense, y'all, is a connection for you, David, with the issues in the play. Larry Moss, who's a wonderful teacher, says that an actor, going back to that title, People, Places, and Things, needs to have an emotional, clear and specific emotional relationship with people, places, objects, and events in a play. So you need a clear emotional relationship with your mother, which I think you have in theory, but is not dropping down into your heart right now. So I see you reaching for it, but
Mhm.
it's not clear who she is to you yet. It's not deep enough. And you need a relationship to Yasmin. So those are people.
Mm.
There are a lot of events here, right?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of objects here. So you need relationships to eggs and
Mm.
to pork fat, not just pork fat, but 2 inches of pork fat, and to broccoli rabe and to quinoa, and to the event of your mother cooking the quinoa with bacon, right? And you even need a relationship to the dog. And so all this stuff is not yet specific and alive to you at the moment.
Mm.
You're
Yeah.
you're specific, and you have a general and very on target idea of what this is about. You get it, but it's not in your gut yet
Yeah.
in a specific way. And that's not something we can solve here today, but that would be what rehearsal and sourcing, I mean, that's the whole point of rehearsal is like, here's a script.
Mm.
Oh, it's a good script. I can't tell you about it, but it's going to come out. Like, what is rehearsal? What is the magic that actors do? They take this script that's cold over here and they put it into their heart and their body and make it feel like it was a custom suit that was written for them.
Mm.
And it feels so organic and so natural. So right now, you're a good actor and you've picked a good piece to work on and you understand it up here, but the specifics of it aren't quite in your nervous system yet.
Yeah.
And if you go back to that summer intensive that we did when we worked on activities, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you'd, be doing something difficult, that was difficult for you, and then you'd need a reason. And you'd be searching for reasons like the why am I doing, why am I fixing this broken plate? And we tend to work with this idea of
Mm-hmm.
desire. Well, okay, so I could go on a trip. No, that doesn't do it for me. So I could go see 10th anniversary of Hamilton with the original cast. No, that doesn't do it to me. So I could, and you're like looking for the thing that when you try it on for size just comes alive in you. And right now, the people, places, objects, and events in this particular story for you are not yet alive. That does not mean you're a bad actor. That just means you haven't found the key and the door to open up yet.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's a homework issue.
Hmm.
Not easy. Simple,
Yeah.
not easy. But when you find it, you'll know. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at time. I'm a terrible time management person, but we have a little bit more time, and I'm willing to go a little bit late. So, um, Marina, what are we going to do? Have some,
Yeah.
is there anything, does it make sense, David?
Yeah. Yeah. I felt that. I feel like I have like a general idea, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But what a wonderful opportunity, right? Now it's just like, okay, great, let's solve it.
Yeah.
So let's once again throw those emojis and David's way for bringing us the work, and thank you for that, and thank you for the chance to work together again. You're a lovely fellow, and I would enjoy working on this with you. This would be a great thing to work on, and you're right for the part, I think. Yeah. Um, so questions,
Yeah, we can take
comments? We can
one
do
more question.
a couple of them. We can go a few minutes late, can't we?
A couple minutes, but I want
Okay.
to make sure we're on it.
I'm gonna let you choose the question, Marina, because otherwise I'm gonna break people's.
That's okay. Yeah, there was a question earlier from Matt Powell that I liked. And it's an interesting question because I think, ultimately people are here to kind of see what it is you do, what we do. And he said, "How do you guys work in class? Are you bringing the piece back week by week, aiming for something that's the most authentic we can achieve?" Obviously, class, there's different kinds of classes at the studio, but I'm curious if someone is interested in some kind of training. I know what you're doing this semester, there's a few different things. Can you just talk about, like, I know that's a big question,
Can
but
you
if you
can you
say,
say the question again? Say it again.
how do you guys, well, I think yeah, how do you guys work in class? Are you bringing the piece back week by week, aiming for something that's the most authentic we can achieve? Like, what is I guess what I kind of got out of this is like, what is the goal of class? What are we doing? What are we trying to accomplish?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, my opinion is no one wants to go to acting class. I mean, it's fun, and it was in a way the best 2 years of my life, until I had kids. Um, but I mean, it was a great time, right, Elizabeth? I mean, Bill was in his prime. We had we had an amazing class. Like part of a class is who's in the class. And we had great people in that class. Bruce McCarty and Robin Morse and you and Reed, if you remember Reed. Um, so it was so exciting. And I say no one wants to go to class because what you want to do is be an actor. I mean, no one wants someone who's calling. I saw a doctor today. I have a thing with my knee, and I had a feeling that the original guy I saw um, got it wrong, so I went to another doctor to get a second opinion. This guy was great. I mean, he was just a great guy. And he knew what he was talking about. And he said, no, 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 that's not what it is. It's this. It's much easier. And don't worry about it. And we're going to get it right. And it was like, but I love this guy. And clearly he loves what he does. And to get into the nitty gritty again, he's an orthopedic guy. And most orthopedic guys are surgeons. So they're just like when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So most like I had tried to make an appointment with someone else, and they said, no, if you don't need surgery, they don't want to see you. And this guy, he's not a surgeon. He's a sports doctor. So he's just there to solve problems, which might involve surgery. So that guy didn't want to go to medical school. He just wanted to be a doctor and help people. But why did he go to medical school? Because that's what you needed to do to become a doctor. So the purpose of acting class is to get really good, right? Acting class is there to get really good. so that you can say, you give me a script and I know how to turn that script into behavior. Behavior that's truthful, behavior that honors the writer, behavior that honors you as an artist, and behavior that you like, meaning that you're pleased with, that it's yours. It doesn't just like solve it in it, like, it's not just Home Depot. Like it has some vibe to it, it has some style that you like. The purpose of class is to be able to give you that confidence and that toolbox that says, I know what to do if you give me a script. What I love about the Meisner work, which I came to after going to NYU, I went to NYU and graduated from NYU, one of the best fucking schools in the country, in the world. But guess what they started with? They started with scene study. First day of class, it was Streetcar Named Desire. I was like, I don't know, that's what we're doing. You're NYU, you know what you're doing. But that would be like starting, the piano with Mozart. It really makes no sense. And so the reason I went and studied with William Esper was because I graduated and then I was working, and one week the work was good, and then the next week the work wasn't good. And that freaked me the fuck out. Because can you imagine a plumber who like one week knows how to work with pipes and the next week doesn't? Or how about a dentist? You go and you see your dentist and then you see him the next time, they go, I don't know, what's a tooth? What's a drill? So you go to acting class to get the toolbox so that you can feel confident that you can be anywhere in the world with any script and go, I know what to do with this. I know how to turn this script into behavior that's, again, truthful, honors the writer, honors me, and that I like. This approach that Meisner did is foundational. It does not start with, Streetcar Named Desire. It starts as any good performing art starts, meaning ballet, you don't start with Swan Lake, you start with first position, second position. Piano, you do not start with Mozart or Chopin. You start with scales, middle C, arpeggios. And of course, eventually you get there. So when I went to see Bill Esper, because I'm now out of NYU. One week my work is good, the next week my work sucks. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to be that kind of actor. Meanwhile, I'm working backstage and I see this amazing actor who Elizabeth knows, named Joel Rooks, in a play directed by my teacher at NYU, and he's amazing. And not only is he amazing, he's amazing every night because I'm working backstage and they're like, man, I want to do that. And I say, Joel, you're amazing, man. I mean, the work he did was just so beautiful and brilliant and nuanced and truthful and interesting, right? And passionate and juicy. And I said, how do you do that? I want to do that. It's like being a chef and like tasting amazing food. Say, I want to know how to cook that. All I know how to make is meatballs. How do you do that? And he said, well, I studied with this guy, Bill Esper. And I said, great, what's his number? He didn't have the internet. And I went in and saw Bill, and Bill said, yes, I think you're here for good reasons, it makes sense. Yes, a 2-year program. Yeah. And I said, I don't care, 2 years. I want to be good. And then I said arrogantly, so Bill, as a graduate of NYU, where are you going to put me in your program? Thinking that I would not start at the beginning. I went to NYU, He says, well, at the beginning. I said, yeah, but Bill, as a graduate of NYU, where are you going to put me? He says, what are you, fucking deaf? I'm going to put you in the beginning, not because you're not good, or not because you're not talented. You went to NYU, you auditioned, you probably have something cooking, but we don't know where the holes are, so everyone starts at the beginning. So we get a lot of people who've been to Yale, who've been to NYU, who've been working in the business for a long time. And for some people, it's a bit of an ego kind of, I don't know what. You have to check your ego and go, I'm willing to be a beginner. And that's how we do it. And it's a battle-tested thing. It's 2 years. It takes you from the beginning to that place that says, yes, I know how to do it now. So that's the main thing we do, is this 2-year training, which is so complete and which goes by very fast. And we have some people here who did it, and they're here, so they liked it, I guess. I didn't pay them to be here. but it's really an amazing journey that sets you up for that confidence. Now, there's some people who don't need that, that they want to go to the gym, they already know what they're doing, they have a conservatory, they have a technique, but they're between jobs. So then they might want to do like a master class, which I'm going to do this fall, and I have a few spots for that. Um, or they might want to work on their voices or on their bodies. So we have a lot of different, training options. So to get back to your question of like, what do you do? How long do you work on a piece? In the first year, we work on scenes for shorter amounts of time. And in the second year, we work on scenes for longer amounts of time. And we also do things in the second year like nursery rhymes and spoon rivers and these things called impediments. And it's a very programmed, step-by-step thing that gets you someplace. And I love all the steps, and I wouldn't take out any of the steps. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Terry. I think that
And
is
I've got an amazing faculty. It ain't just me. I've got like Celestine Ray and Megan and an incredible movement faculty, an incredible voice faculty, and Shelley Wyant teaching mask, and Bethany Caputo, who teaches Michael Chekhov technique, and Belinda, who teaches Alexander technique, and Justin Semino, who teaches clown. And it's just, I wish I had clown when I was coming up, because it just adds this incredible spice. And oh my God, it's just perfect because it brings you, clown is everything. I thought I was everything. Um, well, anyway, we have a wonderful studio and a wonderful staff led by Marina Dunnington and aided by a small but mighty team. And we have a really cool campus in Brooklyn, so it's good stuff.
And that's a perfect transition to me saying, if you want to come see the studio, we have an open house this coming Tuesday. We'll be doing some work with another one of our wonderful faculty, Megan Mulcahy, who teaches our evening conservatory and the online intensive. So RSVP to that. It's going to fill up pretty quickly. And I'm going to drop my email in the chat if anyone wants to reach out and inquire about classes or anything. If you want to chat, reach out to us. We really want to hear from you guys. Yeah, we're really grateful for all of your time tonight, and thank you so much to. Oh, we didn't clap for David, Terry. We have to get off
God, I
mic.
did, but we can do more clap. Oh yeah, clapping. We can. Actual clapping. Unmute your mother.
Terry, I thought you don't let people clap in your classroom.
Oh, but it's
okay.
Zoom, man.
On Zoom. Yeah, we got to be humans. But anyway, that is about all the time we have today. Is there anything else, Terry, before we let these beautiful people go?
I mean, I love what we do, and I love this studio, and I love my faculty, and I love my students, and I think we are doing something pretty special over in Brooklyn. I think, as I say, you can't swing a cat in New York without finding an acting class, and you don't need a license to teach acting, which is a little bit scary, because you need a license to teach kindergarten. So anybody can call themselves an acting teacher, and I was scared to become an acting teacher because you're holding students' hearts in your hands, and it's a delicate process, and I'm honored to do the work that I do, and I'm honored to have you all here tonight, and it would be an honor to have you come and talk to us, and I thank you for showing up tonight, and it was nice to see some old friends, and I also do out of town things. If you're somewhere and you want me to come there, reach out to us. I'm looking to go back to Copenhagen. We're talking to Christine Casper, and you can be part of that conversation. Back in Berlin, I'll probably be in LA in the spring and in Atlanta in the spring, and we're talking about Rome and London and
We got a request from
Chicago.
Maine and
Maine?
Croatia. Maine and Croatia.
I go to all, I used to spend
Austin.
summers in Maine.
You've
Austin
been to
would be
Austin,
great.
Terry? Austin's
Yeah,
very cool.
I mean, I can't go too many because my class, Mary Page was in a class that got very butthurt that I went away too much, but that's how we do it. And Paris would be great. So I can't be on the road all the time because my main thing, first of all, I've got two kids and a wife, and
The dog.
and a dog, and so I like to be here, but also I've got a family of actors that are my main commitment. But I do like to get away sometimes and meet new actors. So thank you for coming. come to Miami. That'd be great. And it's been nice to do this, right? I could do this all night, really.
This was great. Thank you, everyone. You'll get an email, a follow-up email from us with lots of links and opportunities to connect with us in different ways.